Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali here, and welcome to my review of Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia, Episode 5. Now, this episode, there wasn't too much action or anything, but I think it's just as good as the other 4 episodes because, first off, we got some good information about other characters, the comedy's good, there was some action at the end, that was good. It was overall a very enjoyable episode. I really enjoyed it throughout the whole thing. I never got bored or anything. So yeah, that's why I think that it was just as good as the other 4. So the episode starts out with them checking all the scores from the practical exam. The judges are checking them out, and it sees Katsuki Kacchan. He is number 1 with like 77 points, but he has 0 rescue points, and it's because to me he's not really, he's just there to, like, destroy monsters and stuff, but if somebody, I think, was in danger, I don't know if he would actually be saving them, and so, yeah, he has 77 points he's the number 1, 77 with 0 rescue points, and then you see Deku, you see Izuku with 60 rescue points, and 0 regular points, like, monster points, villain points, and he's in 7th place, so they're literally, like, opposites, like, complete opposites, which makes it even like more cool or more better because of them being rivals and everything. I really like that. And then it goes to a scene after the opening song. It goes to a scene where Deku or Izuku is running to the beach to talk to All Might, and then he just screams. There's a funny part where he just screams All Might, and then he just spits up blood, and he's like, "Who's that?" And then somebody on the dock is like, "Oh, All Might, where is he? Is that All Might? Who is that?" And then he's like, and then I love it. Again, in anime, I love it when the Japanese voice actor says something in English, which makes it even more funny. He's like, "Repeat after me." And then he's like, "Oh, my mistake." And then he's like, "Oh, my mistake," and everything. And then he's like, "Oh, it was a mistake," and stuff. And then Deku was talking to him about how he made it past the practical exam, and All Might's like, "Good job," and stuff, giving him a high five and everything. And Deku's like, "But I can't control the power. When I use it, like, my bones shatter, and I won't be able to use it." And he's like, "Well, that's to be expected because you did just achieve a vessel to be able to use it." And All Might said, "For now, you're either at 100% or 0% when using it." That sounds kind of pretty cool. I don't know why to me, but he says you can't control it yet, but eventually you'll be able to. It won't happen overnight or anything, but it will eventually happen for you. And he's like, once you get a handle of the power, you can control it any way that you want. And he crushes these cans, and he turns into he's turning into All Might, and then the people on the dock is like, "Is that All Might? No way, when did he get here?" and stuff. So then they just ran away, and All Might says, like, under his breath, like, "Your flame is really small, but eventually it will grow with the wind and rain. It will get bigger and bigger, and then I will grow weak and disappear." And I kind of choked up a little bit because I'm like, "Oh man, All Might, I don't want you to disappear," but that kind of makes sense because he did transfer his powers to him, but I don't know if he's going to disappear or anything. I don't read the manga or anything like that, but I don't really think he needs to disappear. He'll get weak, but I don't think he'll disappear. Then he said, like, "Oh, that's real deep." I kind of giggled at that. And then I believe the next morning, Izuku, he's getting ready for high school. He got into UA, and then his mom's just like, "You got your tissues, you got your handkerchiefs, all that stuff." And then he's like, "Yeah, Mom, stop! I gotta go. I'm gonna be late." And then Izuku's mom is like, "Izuku, you're really cool." And he starts blushing. He's like, in his head, he's saying like, "Thanks, Mom," or whatever. And it was just a really nice, touching moment for them. And he's like, "I'm off." And then he goes to his school. And he's not late or anything, but he's just running around trying to find his place. And he hopes that he's not in the same class as the scary people, like Kacchan and then Ida Tenya. And once he walks in, boom, those two are arguing. And you can see Ida is like a prissy dude, and he likes to be like formal and everything and stuff, and then Kacchan's like the opposite, like he doesn't care, putting his feet on the table and everything. You see Izuku's face, he's like, shit. And I thought that was like a really funny moment. And while they were bantering and stuff, the girl comes in, and she's like, oh, we're in the same class and everything, stuff like that. And like, thank you for saving me and things like that. And he's all embarrassed, just trying to like cover his face and stuff, saying that like, oh, I heard that you went to the teacher. And while she's talking, he's kind of like whispering this stuff. And then she's like, oh, how did you know I went to the teacher to talk about what you did for me? And but yeah, that happened or whatever, and then they're being friendly and stuff, and then and then all of a sudden, like their homeroom teacher's at on the floor, in a sleeping bag. He's in a sleeping bag, like talking about like there's no time for being friendly and stuff like that when you're trying to be a hero, and he's just laying on the floor, and then everybody's like, something's here, which that was funny. That I really liked that one. I laughed at that part. So Mr. Aizawa, that's their homeroom teacher, and at first he's like, hey, you guys gotta get dressed to go on the field, onto the practice field. And so they all get dressed in their gym uniforms and stuff. And so basically they're doing, first day of school, they're doing fitness tests for like all these other things. And in middle school he said that they did fitness tests, but they didn't use their quirks or anything for them. So for this exam, for this test, he says you're allowed to use your quirk, and to further develop your quirk abilities, your strength, and everything like that. Because to be a hero, you gotta be at your top shape, and you gotta just work on getting better and better and stuff. So I mean, in middle school they couldn't do that, but now they can do that in high school with their quirks and stuff, and everybody's like all excited about it. So as this stuff was going on, we figure out more information of characters in the show. We got Ida Tenya, the guy with the blue hair and the glasses. Figure out that his quirk is engine, and he can basically make his legs into like an engine. You can go really fast and everything, more power and stuff, which is pretty cool. I really like that. Don't know if I still don't really like him that much, but yeah, that was a pretty cool quirk that he had. And next character, you got Uraraka Ochako. Yeah, she's the girl that is always saying thank you to Deku, Izuku, and her quirk is gravity, is zero gravity. She can make anything like have zero gravity and stuff, which is really cool. But if she does use it too much, she will get nauseous. She will like throw up and stuff, which I think is kind of like funny for an after effect, which is, I mean, well, they had to have like some kind of after effect for it, but it was really cool. I liked what she uses. I really like her as a character. I think she's like my favorite character right now. And this guy, Aoyama Yuga, dude is freaking weird and freaking hilarious at the same time. He uses a naval laser that he can only use for 1 second, and after that he'll get a stomachache. So, and he's constantly smiling, which is funny as hell, because he's just looking at everybody just like with a weird ass smile. I think he's like the funniest character, honestly, out of everybody. Well, everybody's doing some like crazy stuff with their quirks in the fitness test, and you see Deku just over here like not doing anything, trying to get his quirk going, and it's not happening. And in the beginning of the test, Aizawa, the instructor, he told Kazuki to grab a softball and use his quirk to throw it, and he uses like his explosion and just shoots it, and he gets like 705 meters, 705.2 meters, which is freaking insane. Everybody's like, wow, that's amazing. And at the end, it was Deku's turn to do the softball at the end of the whole test. And he's about to use All Might, the One for All. He's about to throw it, and then Aizawa, he uses his ability and completely erases his Deku's quirk. And so Deku doesn't know what's going on, and he turns around, and it turns out Aizawa is the erase hero, Eraserhead, and he doesn't like to be... He's a guy who doesn't like to be in the spotlight and stuff, and then it goes to All Might. All Might's hiding behind the walls because he was kind of worried about Deku, like how he was gonna do, because he found out that Aizawa was the instructor, and he says that they're like complete opposites, which is kind of funny because he's still smiling, hiding around the corner of the building. I was giggling at the whole thing. And so Eraserhead, Aizawa's like, are you going to use your quirk again and then somebody has to come save you? You know, things in this world, it's not going to happen like that. Like, you can't have people constantly saving you and stuff. You can't just destroy your body. It's from the entrance exam, it seems to me that you're not able to use your quirk properly, and he's saying, like, you shouldn't use it. He's like, you shouldn't become a hero. You can't become a hero with that quirk. And then he gives Izuku his quirk back, and Izuku's just pondering what to do. And he's like, you know what? And he does like a flashback to when he was talking to All Might, and All Might's like, you can only use it 100% or 0%, but you gotta focus on what did it feel like. And he said, it felt like an egg in a microwave, being cooked in a microwave and exploding. He's like, oh, that's really unique. All Might's like, try to focus on lowering the wattage per se, or lowering the timer, so just try to make it so that egg does not explode. And Deku has been trying to do that. Izuku's been trying to do that, but he couldn't do it. He's contemplating, like, I can't become a hero or anything and stuff like that. And so he's like, you know what? I just got to give him my all. That's all that I can do right now. And so when he's about to throw the ball, he lets it go right at the last second. He focuses. He doesn't control it. He focuses it all on the fingertip of the last finger when he throws it. And that was such a genius to think about, that he really did it. And All Might's on the side. He's like, "Well, hey, you serious? You really doing that?" And he did not expect Deku to actually do that, which was insane. I was like, I did not expect that to happen. I thought he was going to use all of his strength to throw it. And that was pretty amazing. But his whole finger got completely shattered and stuff. And then he looks at Aizawa, and he's at the teacher. He looks at Aizawa, and he's like, I can still move and stuff. And then Aizawa's like, this kid. And then the music was so great with everything. And it was fantastic. But yeah, he got to the measurement. He got to 705.3. So he's like 0.1 more than Kazuki. And Kazuki probably is like really annoyed right now that he beat him like that. But they're not even the ones who even won that softball drill. It was the girl, because she made the ball zero gravity. She tossed it, and it just kept going. It didn't even stop. So her score was infinity. So she completely destroyed that, which was hilarious. Because she's not even about power or anything. It's just, she made it zero gravity, just tossed it, and then boom. That was it. It's like an infinite distance that she did, and that was pretty awesome. It was pretty amazing to see that. And also some like good information that Aizawa said, like Uraraka, she said that we're not doing any orientations or stuff like that. This is like unfair to do in the first day of school, and even if it wasn't the first day of school, this would still be unfair. And then Aizawa's like natural disasters, fatal accidents, things like that. A lot of things in Japan, a lot of things in life are unfair, and you got to prepare for these things, which I really liked. He's really good at like pushing the border, pushing their limits and stuff like that, getting them like all revved up and everything. So it was like really awesome to see that. He was a really cool dude. I really like his ability and everything. And yeah, the ending is when Deku breaks his finger, and then he's like, I still can move. And then Aizawa smiles and everything. He's like, this kid. And then All Might's like, man, I did not expect you to do this. Great. I was here because I was worried about you, but I don't have to worry about you right now. You did it so greatly. You knew you couldn't control it, so you were directing it to a single fingertip to launch it with maximum power and minimal injury, maximum power. That was fantastic. So that's how it ends. It was a great episode. I loved it. So I gave it like a 9 out of 10. Just because there wasn't too much action or anything, but I still give it like a 9 out of 10. Still a great episode. So that's it for this one. Like the video if you did. Comment down below on what you thought of the episode. If you're excited for next episode. And subscribe to my channel for more reviews, vlogs, live reactions, unboxings, things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy. Ladies, stay sassy. But most importantly, everybody, you gotta stay nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see you all later.